Next Level podcast from Lynn Studios on the Texas Gulf Coast.
Engineering, construction, design, and development. We're building Texas.
Let's get into it.
We got a great episode today. We're going to talk about custom homes and managing the project that is a custom home. Mm-hmm. We're going to talk about all the cool selections and features that you can put to making your home your own, and kind of just talk about your background a little bit and how you came to join the company, and what else changed in the years since and what happens next. And I don't know, we'll just talk about your favorite construction projects.
All right.
Sound good?
Yep.
Awesome. Well, again, thanks for listening, everybody. I'm Brandon, and I got to get better at intros, but I'm supposed to tell people to like and subscribe and share with your friends on social media and all that good stuff. So that's my shameless plug right there. And with that, we'll get into it. Cool?
All right.
All right. So again, Becca Wright with Lynn Construction, your project manager,
Mm-hmm.
correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. I'll let you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about where you've been, where you come from, and what you're doing now.
Alrighty. I'm from Texas. Grew up San Antonio, little town outside of it, Schertz, Texas. Not many people know it. It's kind of merged into New Braunfels now. Had a retail background before coming here. My husband works for the railroad, and the way the railroad works, it's kind of like military where you don't get to pick where you work. They kind of station you. Mm-hmm. And so he lived down here for a year before we were like, okay, who's quitting their job? What are we doing?
You coming back, or am I coming there?
Yeah, like what, who's moving where? And so we decided to buy a lot down in Port Lavaca. Went and started remodeling our house, getting ready for sale. And actually, we didn't even put our house on the market. Our neighbor bought it. It was crazy. He just walked over one day, talked to us, and we were mentioned we were going to sell it. And he's like, okay, I'll buy it.
Well, that's awesome.
30 days later, we were moving into our in-laws and paying off our lot. And we actually met with another builder and wasn't very happy with them. They couldn't show us anything, and we were leaving our neighborhood, and there was a lot that was the slab was being poured. Mm-hmm. So we stopped over. It was Lynn Construction.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And so I talked to him, set up a meeting for the next day. The next day we were in Jared's office, and he was showing us plans. The current supervisor took us to about 7 houses, got a tour them, and because we were torn between building a slab house and a piling house.
You got to see houses that they had already built?
Mm-hmm. Oh. Built and under construction.
Okay, good.
And went into a piling house in Beachside and fell in love with it. Fell in love with the view and decided that we were going to build a piling house because our neighborhood gives us both options.
Okay.
During construction, and I interviewed at several places, either got told I was overqualified or it was just a small town and they couldn't offer me what I needed. And we were getting ready to close on the house, and I was walking with Stuart, and I mentioned to him, like, I don't know when I'm going to move down here because I can't find a job. He's like, well, come work for me. And then, a week after closing on my house.
So you got the job offer before you even closed on the house?
Yeah.
Nice.
So, I still went through an interview process and did all that just to make sure everything would work out. But, yeah, I interviewed, and then 2 weeks later, I was moving down here.
Okay, so you came to us first as a customer, right? You built
Mm-hmm.
a house with us, and then that kind of, as that was wrapping up, you guys decided, hey, this is a good fit. We like each other. You need a job. We need somebody with your personality. Let's make it work, right? And so that was, 5 years ago?
5 years ago.
Very cool.
Just on my anniversary.
Awesome. Congrats. And so kind of tell me what your role was 5 years ago.
So 5 years ago, the company was a lot smaller. I came in as the office manager and client relations. Still doing some of the stuff I did now, but I did a lot more of the accounts. Mm-hmm. It was just me and Jared in the office. So we were kind of handling everything together. We've definitely grown a lot since then.
For sure. Yeah. Your first year, do you remember how many homes we built?
Yeah, it was just a few.
Yeah. What did we do last year? Like 21? There's a bunch.
Yeah, if you count the Pelican.
Yeah. Yeah. That new subdivision. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's a lot of growth in a short time.
It is.
So your role changed
Yeah.
throughout the years too, right? So, you began kind of managing the office, so to speak, client relations, that kind of thing. In the last couple of years, I remember you were kind of shepherding clients through selections and ordering materials and all that stuff. And that kind of morphed into like a project management role, right?
When I first started, it was just with the clients. I wasn't handling anything as far as like your actual like stick building material, pilings, windows, any of your framing, concrete. I didn't get into any of that. That was more Jared. And now I'm all the way in.
All the way in,
I'm all the way in.
Ordering lumber packages.
Yep, lumber packages, pilings, windows, doors.
Wow.
Everything that goes in your house pretty much.
Yeah, so completely managing the project, right? And you're like they have their representative in the field, the super, the foreman and all that, but you're like their office contact, right? Is that,
yes.
Okay. And so one cool thing about Lynn Construction is, what we tout about ourselves, we build truly custom homes, right? We don't lay like 4 floor plans out in front of you and say, okay, pick one. And then we're not like, here's your 3 countertops you can pick from, or, here's what color cabinets do you want, white or brown? Here's a blank slate. Tell us what you want. I think I've heard you tell customers, build me a Pinterest board, and, we'll find these fixtures. We'll find the closest best match. We'll figure out how much it's going to cost, and we'll talk about it. Kind of walk me through the selections process.
It really depends on the customer. We have some customers that this is an investment property. They're building an Airbnb, and they want to say just like, I want a coastal home. Give me those 3 options. And they're going to be the nicer options. They're not going to be your builder grade, buy at Home Depot kind of things.
Well, I know we just finished one. We saw them when we signed the contract, and they told you to pick everything, and then you gave them the keys a few months later, right?
Yeah. So that one is, an Airbnb, and it's a beautiful home.
Yeah.
And
you got to pick it all.
I pretty much picked it all, which was nice. I mean, they gave me a few, directions, because there's so many directions you can go with the finishes, but they just kind of gave me an idea of what they want, let me run with it. We had another homeowner that she just told me she wanted a coastal farmhouse, and gave me 2 pictures, and she said, stay in budget. And I picked all the selections and put it all in the house, and she loved it.
You can that's one option. And then there's I'm thinking of another home that I recently spoke to the homeowner of, who is involved in every little detail.
Yeah.
And we allow that, right?
Yeah.
It's your home. We want it to be completely custom. Tell us what you want. And I made a joke in a previous episode. If you want handmade doors from Mexico, we'll make it happen.
Yeah. We've done it.
We've done it.
Yeah. And so, I mean, that's like the third, so we kind of have like 3 directions we can go. We can have I can do everything for you. You can lead me in a certain direction and I can do it. Or we can talk every day and I can find all sorts of things. I mean, I scoured the internet. I think I called over 100 door companies and found a impact rated, hurricane rated, TDI Florida approved 18-foot glass door.
Yeah.
And it's an accordion door. It's a beautiful door, but that's not something you're going to see in just your
That's like a
average
statement
home.
feature,
Yeah.
right? What I hear is, it's overwhelming. It's a stressful process or whatever. So tell me how you make that easier.
I think it can be overwhelming if you don't know what you truly want, or change your mind a lot. If we can pick everything out at the beginning, give me some time to shop, and if you're willing for, to take suggestions or alternatives, then it definitely makes things a lot smoother, and easier. Like we had a homeowner a few years ago that wanted a specific chandelier she had seen in a hotel. Was able to find it. It was like $5,000.
Oh, wow.
I found one very similar for about $1,200. And so she was able to get what she wanted, closer to budget.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm here to take that stress of, being in budget or being over budget away.
Well, it's communication.
Flexible
right?
you are too.
And so what I see just from the sidelines watching you work is pretty amazing, because you're handling like this line of communication between the people actually working on the home and the eventual homeowner, right? And they don't always speak the same language.
Oh yeah, no.
This is what I tell people a lot. Like, you fill in the gaps of empathy. If we build homes every day, we deal with this every day. Most people coming to us, they probably haven't built a home before. A lot of people, it's a once in a lifetime thing. They don't know what they don't know, and so you're able to still put yourself in their shoes and guide them through the process, while also having been there yourself, one, and then understanding our process as well. So you fill in the gaps, you help them kind of along that journey to get to where they want to go. In a sense, you remove frustrations and barriers, right? And kind of, all right, we run into this obstacle. Here's our options, 1, 2, 3. Here's what you can do. I'm with you every step of the way. And that's what I see from the sideline, right? And another thing that I see, going back to communication, is the tools we use, right? So yeah, you can come in the office every day if you want, if you're local and that's what you want to come see it and lay eyes on it, whatever. You're pretty accessible.
Yeah, I had a homeowner that came about every other week to my office.
Yeah. But I've never called you and you didn't answer the phone, or you're a texter and an emailer, and we have online tools to where if they can't physically be here, they can still see updates and photos every day of the work that's going on at their home. And, you're managing the teams that are putting all that together as well. And I think you do a really good job of setting expectations. You don't, in your role, you're able to let people know, okay, this is what you expect at this stage. And because you're the one ordering the lumber package and all that, like, you don't have to ask or wait and see for an answer or something. If they need to know something, you're the one they need to talk to. And there's not 14 layers of people they have to go through to get to you.
Yeah, which is nice now because, a few years back, homeowners always saw me as the point of contact because they were already dealing with me with picking out their tile and their paint and all those different things. Well, when they wanted an update on why haven't their windows come in, then it's like, oh, okay, well, let me go talk to so-and-so.
Yeah.
And then he has to call the vendor and find, get an answer from the vendor. And then, it takes 2 days to get back to me, where now that I'm handling everything, like, oh, well, your windows are 18 weeks out because they're black on black. And then I can tell you right then and there.
Right.
Or, when we're going into the ordering process of those specialty items, I'm letting them know what we're looking at. Because there's certain items, especially being on the coast, that you can't just go pick up a window from Home Depot and put it in your house.
Right. What's your favorite kind of home to build?
Coastal home.
Coastal home on pilings?
No. I mean,
just the coastal
coastal feel. Yeah.
theme?
I mean, we're down here on the coast. People that are usually down here because they want to be on the coast.
No, your home is really cool though. I like the layout of your home. The colors and all that speak for themselves. It's just a beautiful home. But I would build your home over and over again.
I wouldn't.
Yeah? Tell me what you would do different.
So, like I said, when I first came on, it was, Lynn was coming into the process of buying it. So it wasn't a true custom. We didn't start doing true custom until I came on.
Okay.
And because that was one of my frustrations with building, and Stuart knew that. But, like, I came in and I had the 1, 2, 3 option kind of thing.
Okay.
as far as like picking things, it was, you know, 1, 2, 3 floor, you know, what door, you know, these are your door options. We didn't go to Mexico and shop doors.
Right.
And, you know, it was my first house.
Uh-huh.
I didn't really know what to expect or what to ask for.
Right.
And so I think that's one of the things that I, you know, when we're bringing in a customer, like I always think about like, what don't they know and what do they truly want that they don't know they want yet.
Well, that's cool though, that you're able to use that experience, even though you would do your home differently today.
Mm-hmm.
You're helping guide them what questions they need to be asking now, or at least asking them the question to get to the answer.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about truly custom homes. So
Mm-hmm.
our little tagline that you see on everything is designed for your lifestyle, right? Because we're a design build. You know, John Hickle, our draftsman in house, will start with a white piece of paper and start drawing, right?
Mm-hmm. And he's amazing. He can take my ugly drawings and
Oh man,
turn them into something.
and he turns them around quick too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, hey, I need a rendering. Okay, I have it by the end of the day. But so design for your lifestyle. What does that mean? You know, for instance, give me an example of, you know, how do we take somebody's vision and, you know, kind of the life they live and the things they need and turn that into a home that is functional and works for them?
Definitely sourcing a bunch of our really great vendors, and truly finding out like, are our customers building their house to host a bunch of parties? Do they want the open floor plan with the 18-foot sliding glass door that opens up to their porch and allows them to, you know, pretty much double their square footage by adding this porch, or a built-in dog door into your house that connects to a room just for the dog that has a dog wash area to where you can wash your dogs. Yeah, I mean, we've built piers, and tackle rooms.
Tackle room, yeah.
Yeah, we have a few houses that have either that are on pilings that have some great tackle rooms, enclosures below, boat storages. Really, it's, you know, we can build whatever they need. You need to, you know, store whatever you want, cook whatever you want, host whatever kind of parties.
I've seen some really cool outdoor kitchens over the last couple of years.
So we just did an outdoor kitchen where big crawfish cooker, or everything on the internet that you can buy prefab. You know, it's a low BTU. You're never going to get your pot boiling. So me and the foreman and sat down, drew up a whole plan, and actually custom built this rock surround around a crawfish cook, like an actual crawfish cooker, or drilled holes through granite to put in valves.
Wow.
It's really cool.
That's awesome.
But it's, you know, it was what the homeowner wanted, so we got it done.
That's incredible. It's literally nothing is out of the realm of possibility.
No.
As long as you have the time and the budget.
Yeah, the time and the budget.
The time and the budget, we will make it happen.
I mean, little things are kind of hard because of windstorm, but we can pull off most things.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, there are some codes and things down here on the coast where you, as long as you're time, budget, and compliance,
Yeah.
there you go. We'll make it happen. But, well, that's awesome. What are we working on right now that you're excited about?
We are getting ready to do a remodel. Where it's going to be a complete gut of the house. We're actually taking the stairs from one side of the house and move it to another. Pretty much everything is moving. The only thing that's we're keeping is the shell. So it's going to be a really big and really cool project.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool. I'm excited to take pictures of that when it's all opened up.
Before and after pictures is what it's going to be really cool.
Yeah. That's incredible.
Because you're literally taking, and the house is actually really neat. It's got brick stairs.
Uh-huh.
And they're right on, you know, the left side of the house, and we're going to completely move it to the right side of the house and move the kitchen, and everything's moving.
Nothing is out of the realm of possibility. All right. Well, so, you know, you told me you would change the kitchen in your house. What else would you change? What's your perfect home look like?
My perfect home, yeah. I don't know. It's kind of ridiculous. It's actually a barn dough.
Okay.
Oh, like if I had whatever budget and whatever time, and I wanted a barn dough where it was living area, storage, dog kennels, horse stables,
Okay.
all in one building. So you never had to leave if you didn't want to.
Yeah.
Oh, but I mean, it's just all connected. And, barn doors are neat because you have a lot more freedom, like structurally, to do whatever you want. So that was kind of the idea.
We've done a few cool ones that
We
I've
have.
seen. Yeah.
And, they do some really cool barn doors where, the living is all upstairs and you have the garage below. And so you have a lot of square footage to do whatever you want with. But, that would be on property. If I had to build the house where I'm at now on the coast, I would still do a piling house because you can't beat the view. I mean,
Right.
you cannot beat the view. I was young when I built the house. I didn't plan on having kids.
Oh.
So I definitely would have done a different,
Surprise.
yeah, done a different floor plan as far as bedrooms. But our house is made for hosting and having, a large living room, large kitchen. So it's great for that. But the bedroom layout's a little off.
Yeah. And you have the wraparound porch, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have an L porch. So I have completely on one side and then the whole water side.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And
So
you get sunset over there?
I get sunrise.
Sunrise.
Yeah.
It's a rough life.
And so
Becca.
that was one thing we did, like playing around, was where the window placement for, because we don't have any windows, so the hot Texas sun ain't beating in the afternoon.
Right.
So you plan that out.
That's awesome. So I know, we've talked about all these different types of homes that we've built in recent years. There's one that we did recently that was, first time for everything, right? We learned a lot on it. And that's that ICF home that we built.
Yeah.
That is just a cool home.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's in Port O'Connor, right?
Yeah. Port O'Connor right on the channel.
Right on the channel. Yeah. And it's, it's beautiful, but it's, it's just this giant concrete behemoth that's not going anywhere. And, the stained concrete floors and concrete countertops. And it's so modern. And, man, the view from the master is just incredible. But,
Yeah. So that one was one that, that backsplash. I talked the homeowner into that, and I was like, let's do the whole wall because it's just going to make it look.
oh, yeah, it goes all the way up.
Yeah, it goes all the way up and it expands the whole thing. And it really ties in that industrial look that he was wanting.
Yeah.
And I picked most of the lights for that house. He picked a few. The bunk bed railings, I designed all that. The handrails on the stairs, I designed those. I just, everything's really raw and industrial.
It's like threaded pipe.
Yeah,
it's
it is.
so cool, man.
So yeah, it was threaded pipe, and I actually sat down in my living room and put it all together and drew it out.
I went to go photograph that house right as we were wrapping it up. And I just remember, it was, South Texas is hot outside, but inside the home, I don't think the power was on yet, and it was only like 60 degrees.
Oh, well, it's like an igloo.
Yeah.
It's the concrete foam concrete, and then a little bit of insulation on like the ceilings and the porches. But yeah, that house is powered by a mini split. The AC. It doesn't even have an actual unit. It just has mini splits.
Wow.
2 mini splits for, was it like 2,000 or 3,000 square feet?
Yeah. It's incredible. But we've done some cool stuff.
We have.
And we're going to do more.
We are.
Okay. So you hit 5 years recently. You've stuck around.
I have.
So I assume you're enjoying it.
I am.
Somewhat. Good. We're glad. But so tell me, give me some highlights over the last 5 years and tell everybody what you got to do.
Over the last 5 years, it's been really fun just to see how much the company's grown and changed. Like I said, we went from 2 people in the office to moving to the engineering office, and I think there's like 30 or 40 of us here now all together. I've got to build some really fun homes. I've learned a whole lot. Went from building my own house to pretty much knowing exactly what goes into houses now. And there's still a lot to learn.
Nobody knows everything.
No one knows everything. There's so many codes changing and so much engineering stuff to learn.
New product material coming out.
Yeah, there's always something new. new styles, new trends, different things like that. So it's always fun. Like, I like having variety, and so that's always been something that's been great to have here. But yeah, I hit my 5 year in January, and was gifted a fly fishing trip to Montana.
Oh, wow.
My dad's work does a conference in Montana every year, so we turned it into a fishing trip. Had a great time, caught some trout.
That's cool.
Got hooked on it. Want to try to get
So you're fly fishing in Big Sky, huh?
fly fishing. We were outside of Big Sky. We were on the Gallatin River.
Okay.
No, the Missoula. Starts with M.
Okay.
I don't know.
I have
Whatever.
no idea.
I don't know.
I just know it's beautiful out that way.
We were supposed to go to the Gallatin, and he took us somewhere else.
Okay.
It was in the middle of Montana.
Yeah.
It was great. I mean, we got there and it was 11 degrees. Got in the water was warmer than the air. And I think when we were done fishing for the day, it was 23 degrees. So, I mean, it's beautiful country. You have snowy mountains on both sides of you while you're fishing.
I saw your photos on Facebook. Yeah.
It was great. We saw a bald eagle. Had a bald eagle come up while we were fishing. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Saw buffalo. Saw some mule deer. So I definitely got to enjoy the outside for a week and take a little break.
Your husband enjoyed it too, I bet.
Oh, yeah. He's hooked on snowboarding now.
That's awesome. So you guys hit the ski lifts and stuff too, huh? Hit the slopes. Well, cool. Thank you for doing this.
Yeah. It's definitely nervous, but it got better.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're taking things to the next level, right?
We are.
So that's what we're doing. And we're doing a podcast all about it. So everybody, again, the one and the only Becca Wright. Thanks so much. Look us up online, linkconstruction.com. Build a custom home. Work directly with her every day. She'll deliver.